Hey guys, Allison here. Bra shopping is a drag, but what if you could skip all the hassle and find a perfect fitting bra in minutes? Check out Third Love. Their Fit Finder quiz recommends the bra that's right for your size and shape. Now you can try one of their bras free for 30 days. Just pay $2.99 for shipping. Go to thirdlove.com/happy hour to find your perfect fitting bra and try it for 30 days for free. thirdlove.com/happy hour.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Allison Hayslip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht.
We're back.
We are back
This week, like every week.
This week, like every week.
Do your thing.
It's been so long.
I know. I forgot how to intro to the show.
This week, like every week, we were going to sip some booze and spit some news. Sitting in with us this week, like every week, I just said that twice. This is great.
I'll take it.
Flight engineer extraordinaire Tom Super Volcano Krajewski.
Hi, everybody.
Let's be honest, though. It's not like every week, because for the past 5 weeks, we had pre-recorded all of them.
It's been very weird.
I've missed you guys so much.
Did you really?
I kind of did.
Even me?
Yeah.
Even me?
you, Tom. Who would have thought?
It has been lonely on Saturday mornings, waking up and not
Yeah.
coming down here.
It's been very lonely. Well, first off,
Yes.
when we were doing such crazy time shifting,
Yeah.
there were a couple things that we wanted to see that worked. A, I'm happy you are here and living.
Oh yeah, the turkey fryer did not explode at
Now,
Thanksgiving.
I
It
saw
made it.
the Instagram
Yes.
thing. It was an indoor turkey fryer?
Oh yeah, it was
I feel
like
like that is
indoor.
not
It's
cool.
specifically made. It's a Butterball XXL turkey fryer because it could fry a turkey up to 22 pounds.
Jesus.
Our turkey was 20.59 pounds.
Oh, you must be so proud.
Yeah. But yeah, it didn't explode. I mean, you saw the video on Instagram.
Yep.
It was stressful because the turkey's going in. It's like it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Now,
sizzling.
because that's the thing is you have to like make sure that it's not, no part of it is frozen.
Correct.
And you have to make sure that it's pretty
Has
dry.
To be, has to be room temperature.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you put it in frozen,
goes
it explodes, right? In case that's
Explodes.
on fire.
Yeah.
Explodes.
Yeah.
And then
But we
flames.
lived, and it was fucking delicious.
So was it, could you tell a difference? I mean, was
Yeah,
it like, this is the best
absolutely.
turkey I've ever had in my life?
Yeah, I mean, it's still the taste isn't different. I was
Right.
kind of expecting it to like, I don't know, be slightly more delicious. It still was like turkey, but it wasn't dry.
Got
That's
it.
really what it is.
And that was
Yeah.
the skin super crispy and
Yeah.
good? Oh, yeah.
That's all I ever eat, is just the skin.
Yeah, well, if I deep fried it, I'd be like,
I know.
why am I eating any of the meat of this animal? I just want the crispy crackling of the crackling skin.
So I did not explode.
That's fun. How was the trip?
The trip was amazing.
Yeah.
The best part so I was in New York for 4 weeks, and the best part was getting to
Crazy.
see all of the theater.
Cool.
All the
Yeah.
Broadway shows that I got to see, and
What-
off-Broadway.
Any standouts?
Yeah.
2. There's a play called People, Places, and Things it's actually off Broadway. It's at the St. Anne's Warehouse in Dumbo in Brooklyn, and
Dumbo?
it's
Dumbo?
Dumbo?
Yeah, I forget what that stands for. You know, it's like the
like-
something under Brooklyn.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's a play about a woman who has to go through rehab, and it's just a stellar cast and the way the stage is set up. Everything about it was just phenomenal. And then I also saw this musical called Come From Away, which this thing blew my mind.
Okay.
It's on Broadway. I think it won a Tony for Best Direction, but it's a one-act musical, first off, which is
Wow.
Yeah, I know,
That's
which
weird.
is kind of nice because you're like in and out in 100 minutes or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's just constantly going. Like
Yeah.
there's no breaks. Like
That's
we
nice.
realized at the end of the show, we actually didn't applaud the entire thing until the end because
Oh,
it's so
interesting.
constant.
Chance to,
Yeah, but it's a show, and this is going to sound like a total fucking downer.
It's a show about a mass
But it's
murderer.
actually well,
But it really
it's an incredibly uplifting show. So it's about this town in Newfoundland.
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 But it's not Newfoundland. It's actually Newfoundland.
Yeah, it's because
Whatever,
it's
how
the-
they say
it's-
it.
They were like, I found some land. He was like, I found some new stuff.
Newfoundland.
Okay, let's call that Newfoundland.
Anyway, it's a town called Gander, like the goose.
Okay.
And it has an
favorite.
airport there that in like the 50s and 60s was the largest airport in North America because it was the airport that all the transatlantic flights had to land in first to
Right.
refuel.
Oh, right.
Before
Got
they
it.
could make it to
Yep.
the U.S.
Got it.
But obviously now with modern planes, no one needs to land there anymore.
Yeah.
So it became a town where maybe 6 flights a day came in and out. It became a tiny airport, but was still built as a big airport.
That is
Does that make
crazy.
sense? So,
and this is true, right?
this is true. This is all a true story. So on 9/11,
Oh boy.
Oh, dear.
as soon as they shut down airspace,
Yeah.
they had to reroute every flight that was already in the air. So 38 major airline flights got rerouted to this airport in Gander because it was the
Wow.
biggest airport that they were near.
Wow,
So that's the most planes they'd have ever seen in decades
Wow.
at the airport. It's a town of 9,000 people. 7,000 people were on those planes.
Wow.
So this town basically doubled in population for 5 days. Because remember, airspace was closed for 5 days?
Yeah.
And so this musical is all about how this town embraced what they called the plain people. It's all about how they took
That's amazing.
these people. It's called Come From Away, because if you're not already here, you have come from away.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's the most uplifting. Like, I sobbed the entire
Yeah.
thing, but like just to see like the good in human nature.
Yeah.
And it tells you true stories of a few people who are on the planes and the people who are in the town. It's really
That's
wonderful.
amazing.
Yeah. So if you get to New York and you have a chance to see it, I highly recommend it.
that is such a cool.
You can't
Yeah.
make that up.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's really cool. Like,
Truth is stranger than fiction.
And you know what happened that day? Obviously, overshadowed whatever that story was.
Right, of
then.
course.
And it never occurred to me until I went to saw that show. I'm like, of course, what did happen to all
Yeah.
of those people
That were
'Cause
in
I
the
knew
air
there-
over the Atlantic.
Like, I thought about people who were stranded because they couldn't take flights for 5 days, but I didn't think about the people who were in the air when it happened.
so it's like the
Yeah.
end of Die Hard 2 when all the planes are finally landing.
Yeah.
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 It's like,
They're like, finally. Oh,
Yeah.
Die Hard 2.
That's-
Shot at Dulles
I
Airport,
know,
Die Hard 2.
yeah.
My airport.
Really?
My home airport, yeah.
Nice,
I
yeah.
saw so many things. You know, it's like, it's so funny. We take it so much for granted living in Hollywood where, like, you
Yeah.
go around the corner and you're like, oh, yeah, that's the restaurant from the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But when you're not living in Hollywood and Hollywood comes to borrow your
Yeah.
mall, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
My mall, the Bridgewater
Bridgewater
Mall.
Raritan Mall, I know.
Yeah, no,
Been
not
there.
the
Saw
Bridgewater
some movies
Raritan.
there.
It's just called the Bridgewater
Whatever.
Commons Mall.
Saw Broken Arrow there.
But it's it's so nice. But it's in that movie North
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Elijah Wood.
oh,
Bruce
funny.
Willis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So they came to town and you were there. You must have been.
I didn't
you
say,
know,
no, I have no idea.
Oh, I took.
Okay, I thought maybe there's a
did I
story
tell
there.
you the Robert Guillaume story?
Robert Benson?
I don't
Yeah.
know who that is.
Who just passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What was
I
the
know.
story?
I was in Tyson's 2, Tyson's Galleria.
I don't know what that
What the hell's
means.
that?
It's my Bridgewater Mall.
Oh, it's
picks.
your mall.
Anyway, biggest mall on the East Coast for a very long time. So yeah, Tyson's Corner.
Okay, good.
But anyway, so Tyson's 2, the Galleria, which was very fancy. It was in a movie with Sinbad where he was a
Kazam?
No,
or-
he was a Secret Service agent protecting the kid
Oh, yeah.
of the president.
Yeah.
I think it's called
First
First
Kid.
Kid. Yeah.
First kid.
First kid.
I was on video
First-
store. I know.
First Kid was shot at Tyson's 2 Galleria.
Nice.
And I was there at the mall randomly while
they
they
were
were
shooting?
shooting. And I got into an elevator, and Robert Guillaume got in the elevator too.
Whoa.
And I was like, fucking Benson's
Yeah,
in my
Benson.
elevator.
Yes.
Well, that's a really good story. But they shot in my mall.
Oh, yeah.
Mall cop. Paul Blart. Mall cop.
Oh, nice.
Jealous.
I just realized.
Legendary mall
So
cop.
jealous.
I
Tom.
just,
So
I just
jealous.
realized I was in my brain. I was like, "Oh, I should name this episode about that." And I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll name it Mall Shootings." And then I was
Oh
like,
my God.
"No." Well, because I didn't think about it like that. But in my brain, I was like,
Shootings at the shoot in the mall.
if that
Like
wasn't
shooting a
a thing,
film,
right? But if that
yeah.
wasn't a
Yeah.
thing, that would be good.
Jesus.
And it wasn't
Mall
like
shootings.
it wasn't like I
You're a
was like,
horrible human being.
Oh my
Alex.
goodness.
Put half a beer in you, and
We're
you
gonna
start.
start. We're gonna start
Yeah.
that.
dark.
How was your Thanksgiving time?
Good, thank you. Had lots of stuff going on. That's pretty much it.
Great.
Sounds good.
Nothing exciting. It was
Good
just
story.
a typical.
Good story.
I know. it
Yeah,
was
you were in
typical.
Hawaii.
I was in Hawaii.
You still
that
look
like?
super pale. What happened?
Well, I win.
You
right?
win?
Yes, because whenever I go somewhere and I'm this pale, I come back
And you're
my
red.
skin falls off.
Yeah, yeah.
And that has happened to me in Hawaii
Got it.
many times.
Got it.
So I was religious with the
Yeah.
ample spraying
Good
and
job.
stuff, which is very good. It was fantastic. We went to Maui.
Nice.
I'd never been to Maui.
Did you do the road to Hana?
We did not do the road to Hana.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you go to Maui and not do the road to
It's the
Hana?
road to Hana.
the road to Hana?
The coolest
it's like
thing you can do at Maui. It's
like a
like
road.
literally like you go to Maui to do the road to Hana.
Yes, we did not.
No.
Well, we went. I mean, it was family. We had 14 of us there.
All right, fine.
And so there was a lot of like that's a big ship to steer in a
Yeah,
direction.
I getcha.
And so but it was great. They rented a house, so we were all staying in one house.
That's cool.
Which was super fun, and the food was fantastic.
You guys cooked on Thanksgiving, or did you go out?
No, we actually had someone come to the house and cook.
Oh my God, you're so fancy.
Well, and it's very funny when I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take all these pictures and send to my friends, and I was like, none of this. Like,
No.
I'm not doing that. Like, we literally did it because it was sort of like how to explain
Use your words. Use
Rich
your words.
person family trip.
No,
Be
no.
smarter than your brain.
Yeah, no.
Be smarter than your brain.
I like how you pulled the
So-
chef away
well,
from
I'm
his
trying to,
own
like-
Thanksgiving at home
Yeah,
to cook
I'm
for
trying
you.
to like put this in a way that's not super downer. So Heather's mom has been sick,
Right.
and so they were like, "Let's do a big
see.
Thanksgiving that
Yeah.
maybe the last big Thanksgiving." And
I
so
gotcha.
yeah, I was trying to avoid the downer.
That's
but
fine.
Throw the information.
Hire the chef.
Anyway,
Be
so
a-
we
be a rich person
Exactly.
family vacation.
Exactly. We were like, maybe this time we don't go out. Plus,
yeah.
no offense, 14 people trying to find a reservation on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just easier to bring somebody in.
Well,
and then, of course,
or
we had
cook
the most.
for yourselves, like
Well, but
most
then-
families do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then it's
Alex.
like
That's what my family did for 14 people.
Yeah, but it's like, well, how do we
I
get?
think
Do we get
13,
a
but-
turkey? Like, you just go to
Yeah.
Safeway and get a turkey?
Yes.
Because like I remember going.
Oh my God! Did
turkeys
you
are
never
sold
have a
out.
childhood?
No, we
seriously.
always make dinner. I've had Thanksgiving dinner here and made it with
So
a
how did
turkey.
you go get a turkey?
Early? We like reserved it at Ralph's.
Yeah, you could still get them like on Thanksgiving
I
morning
don't
at
know
Trader
that now.
Joe's.
Because first off,
Not
I
at
always
Trader Joe's. I don't think
pre-plan.
Trader Joe's sells turkeys.
But we had a heritage bird,
Oh,
which is if you're gonna do turkey and you want to do it like
fancy.
What is
nice.
a heritage? What?
So turkeys.
now you pissed me off.
So like if you watch Good Eats,
I love
turkey.
Good Eats.
Yeah. So
I've never
when he
had-
talks about
what?
turkeys,
Yeah.
the bottom line is the turkey that we all know and love barely can walk. It's not. It's like been designed to be
Yeah.
what we think of as like a giant turkey.
Okay.
So it's horrible for the turkey, right?
Oh.
I know. I don't mean to bum everybody out.
What?
And then there's pasture-raised turkeys.
Okay.
But the bottom line with pasture-raised turkeys just means that they're allowed outside at some point during the day. That doesn't say how long they're allowed to be outside or how much outside they get.
Okay.
So heritage turkeys are essentially people who farm turkeys the way turkeys have been in nature.
Cool.
Okay.
And so they're usually not that big. I mean, they're like,
see.
you're not going to get a 25-pound
You're not going to get a
fucking turkey.
20.59 pound turkey.
You might get a 20.5. I think ours was 19.
Okay.
Or 17 maybe. I can't remember. But basically it's like
You eat a happy bird.
you eat it.
basically.
Yeah, you're
because it was
eating,
not
right.
caged
Yeah,
and
that's
specifically
right.
bred
That's,
to be eaten.
that's the point. And I was like, had just watched this thing and I was like, oh, it's too bad I'm not involved in the cooking because I would get a
Right,
heritage bird
right.
now that I know that's a thing. And so we get there and we were like, oh, what are we doing for Thanksgiving? He was like, well, we have a heritage bird. And I was like, cool.
Yes.
I know what that is.
Cool.
Yes,
I watch
you
Good
do.
Eats.
I watch Good Eats just like you. It was actually
five.
really fun. I mean, we just got so drunk. The first night, there was so like I think the first night we had 13 of us.
Yeah.
And then one of us came in the next day, but we just got so drunk that first night. Just family, big house,
Yeah.
on
Love
the
it,
ocean.
love
We were
it.
just like,
On the
yeah!
ocean, oh my God.
And so me and my brother-in-law Chad, we got really drunk, and we were like, I think we need to go swimming.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And so, like, three of
You
us
ran into the
we
ocean?
totally ran and just like swam in the ocean. It was so great.
That's so
It
cool.
was
That's
so
what I love
great.
about Hawaii. You can just be in the water all the time.
Because it's so the water is like bath
I gotta
water.
go.
Yeah.
It's really great. And then I did snuba-ing.
Snooba or scuba?
Snuba.
What's
Snuba?
snuba?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
snoo.
It's snoo. It's the snoo hotness.
Okay.
So essentially,
Snoo
it is
snotness?
scuba, but
Yeah.
you don't have to have a license because it is a scuba tank.
Oh, but
in
you're
a floaty.
attached?
It's in a floaty, floating at the
Oh.
top of the ocean. You have 15 feet cable and then a regulator,
Oh,
so you're actually
interesting.
scuba diving. Like the
Right, you're
what
breathing
you're doing
underwater.
is what you would be doing if you were scuba diving.
Right.
But you can only go down 15 feet because of the cable.
Right.
And you have this floaty
Yeah.
that like follows you along as you
cool.
swim.
That's
it was
really neat.
awesome. We swam with sea turtles.
I'd be
Yes.
terrified.
It was so great.
I love
No thanks.
that
No.
Yeah,
stuff.
it was so great.
No.
Maybe I'll put a picture
Never.
up with this one.
Sharks.
You would? Why would?
No.
First off, I wanted to see a shark. I was like, please let me see a
Put
shark.
some drinks in
Nope.
there. I'll go scuba-ing, which still is
I
probably not
think
very
you're not
safe.
supposed to.
Yeah,
I think that's
that-
the exact opposite.
Yeah,
They actually
definitely.
had a bar on the ship, and they were like, until we're going back, like
They don't
until-
open the
Really?
bar.
Yeah, because they were like, you
Screw
cannot be
that.
swimming, snubaing, snorkeling.
Does it-
No booze
But
when
they
you're
did
in
have
the
a
water.
They also
No
had a
fun
slide
at
on
all.
on the boat, which was great.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you some fun picture moments.
That's
that were
rad.
really great. But
All
it's
right.
been it's been really great. So
I feel like maybe
yeah.
we should check in with our listeners
Yeah.
since we haven't checked in with them in 5 weeks.
yes,
do it.
let us do this.
It's about time.
Did we get at least 4 emails?
Yeah,
would hope we
we have a handful of emails.
Okay, good.
We got a bunch of emails.
Okay.
And the good news is that a lot of the emails when I was looking through this morning, sort of preface like, "Hey, maybe you'll use this on Drunksmith." So I'm trying not to use the ones that
Oh,
are
yeah.
specific. Like there's a
Great.
couple that are
yeah,
like
because we have Drunksmith
specific.
coming up, people.
Yeah, guys.
We have Drunks. Should we say the date? Should we say so people are prepped? I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
We can't change it now. I
No,
don't
I
think.
know. We're recording Drunksmiths on December 17th. That is Sunday. December 17th. And like we always do, the day before or 2 days before
Something like that.
is when we'll give the address.
Yeah, we'll post it on the Twitter.
So you guys, we'll all tweet it out, and
Yep,
so
yep.
you guys can send us food, which
Yep.
we hope you do, because that's what saves us every freaking year.
food, Legos. I mean, come on.
No
Postmate us-
Legos. Allison gets too
Postmate us-
quiet when she's playing with the Legos.
That
I
is
love the
true.
Legos.
You know what?
But I actually
We
like
should
to hear her
figure out-
talk sometimes.
I was gonna say we should figure out what's this year's Legos.
Oh.
Because didn't somebody send us the shot glass with the
Oh, that
The
was
spinner,
cool.
yeah.
That was awesome. That was
That
awesome.
was really
That was
cool.
rad.
So that's what
That's a good
that's a
one.
conversation starter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Conversation
Okay.
starter.
So that's the deal, guys. Put it in your calendars.
Yeah.
December 17th, Drunksmiths. Look for the address on probably the Friday before.
Yeah,
And then send us food, please,
Yeah.
so we don't die.
I like it. All right, here's an
right.
email. Let's do an
Here's
email.
an email.
Hey, HHHHH.
Who's this from?
I've been listening.
Get that, Alex?
What's happening?
It's sometimes I read the name, but then
Oh,
the
yeah.
next
Yeah.
two sentences is that, but this isn't. Will.
Hi, Will.
Will, and by the way, his name is Rad. It's Will Allgood.
It's all good.
Will,
I
all
love it.
good.
Will, all good.
All good.
I've been listening since episode 1, but this is my first time writing in. Hey, Alex, what's up? What's the what flight Tom
Yo,
engineer?
yo.
Yo. Hey, Allison.
Hi.
Fact:
Fact.
doves are pigeons.
What?
Yeah.
Are there albino pigeons? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
just listen to your recent episode, Facial Awareness, which I love that was what I called it, where you talked about white doves. You mentioned doves look like pigeons. Well, in fact, doves are pigeons.
We have
They're
been lied
just
to.
the white
Lie.
version of
Oh my
pigeons.
gosh, we are lied
Lies.
to.
Lies.
Fantastic. So, of course, they you show some Wikipedia. It's like, I cannot believe that. Don't try to light the
Read your email.
candle.
He's,
Yeah. Okay.
what?
Sorry,
that candle outburst is a
semi-serious.
pre
that's a
show
pre-show.
outburst.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
It's not
Anyway,
gonna
With
continue.
Will's all
Just
good.
I'm
Let
gonna
Tom try to burn the garage
This
down.
whole garage
that
is
one
gonna
got
be
smoke at least, Tom.
filled with like.
Finish Will's email.
Yes, I'm curious.
All right, it's going to get
We're gonna
2
get dark?
seconds sort of serious, not dark
Okay.
serious.
Okay.
Also,
Also.
y'all haven't mentioned anything about net neutrality on your show.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh.
point.
Yep.
Because
Here
we've
we
been
go.
out of freaking town when all
Well,
this shit went down.
That is true too.
Yeah.
I feel that as y'all distribute on the internet-based medium, and that y'all are an awesome, forward-thinking, tech-friendly group,
We are.
you should actively be educating your listeners about net neutrality and why they should be telling their congressmen and women to oppose the current FCC plans to repeal Title II regulations.
I don't disagree with this.
I don't
Let's-
disagree with this
Alex,
at all.
you're so good at this stuff. Explain.
I'm about to explain you.
Explain it all.
This is something that could fundamentally change the way our internet functions, and I know I don't want it to change, and I don't think y'all do either. Sincerely,
Yeah.
all good. Yes, it's all good, and yes, I've heard it's all good a million times. Stay classy,
It's like
Will.
how many times people have sung the Elvis Costello song "Allison" to me in a bar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
I get you, Will.
Net neutrality.
Net neutrality. Let's do this, Alex.
So the first thing that's confusing about net neutrality is that
Yes.
people think that the word net neutrality, they don't know what they're voting for, like what
Like, are we
Title
for-
II is.
yeah, are we
am
for
I
it or are we
it?
against
Am I
it?
should I be
Yeah.
against it? All this stuff. The bottom line is that back in 2014, I think. 2014, 2015.
Sure.
The FCC classified internet subscription as a Title II under the Title II regulation of the FCC. Essentially, Title II is weirdly has to do with the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Oh.
Essentially, it became a right for everyone to have free and open access to the internet.
Right, like telephones.
Like telephones,
Yeah,
like
like phone
sidewalks,
lines.
like it classified the internet as something that you cannot control or you cannot. Dude, what airplane mode? Why am I getting text?
I don't know.
You cannot fuck with
Yes,
it, basically.
right,
you can't
right,
fuck with
right.
it.
Yeah.
It's something that is a right for people to be able to have
Right.
access to.
So here's
Yeah.
here's where it gets business tricky.
Yeah.
When essentially if you have internet through a company,
Right. AT&T. I
AT&T.
have AT&T Uverse.
right, and I have AT&T fiber.
Yeah.
There you go.
They don't bring it to my
So
neighborhood yet.
yeah, they will. There's fiber's coming. Everybody, just hang on. Sorry
Why are
about
you
that.
doing that thing? That
'Cause
was so
went
weird,
down.
Alex.
I know. Here we go. So the bottom line is like, let's say you pay for 100 megabits up
Okay.
and down. It's not a thing, but whatever. 100 megabits
Right,
up
right,
and down.
right.
If you go to Google,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting 100 megabits up and down.
Right.
If you go to the McDonald's online store, you're
Right.
getting 100 megabits up and down. You open up iTunes and you download a song from Apple, you're getting 100 megabits up and down.
Right.
What the companies want to do, AT&T may be one of them, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, I mean, some of these companies came out when the new FCC people said we're going to get rid of this. A bunch of companies came out and said, don't do it for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're gonna pretend like it never happened.
Yeah, yeah,
we'll see
yeah.
if that works,
Right.
but
Yeah.
whatever. But the bottom line is,
AT&T, Time Warner.
all of them,
yeah.
Cox Communications,
Right.
Charter,
Any
Tax,
internet provider.
any internet provider, Hughes Satellite for
Mm-hmm.
for instance. Anyway, what the whole point is that they wanted the ability to, and I believe before 2014, 2015, there were conversations where this happened with Comcast. I think it was Comcast and Netflix that had this issue.
Right.
Comcast basically went to Netflix and said, we are going to slow down people's access to you, Netflix, because you are such a hog,
Right.
unless you pay us a premium.
Okay.
Right.
Right. So essentially, you would be paying your monthly
me,
fee.
the consumer.
You, the consumer, would be paying for your 100 megabits up and your
Yeah.
100 megabits down. And if Netflix didn't pay a higher price or any price to
Comcast.
We slow get our Netflix. Slow.
your Netflix would be slow.
Right.
That is fucked up.
Right.
Because what the heck? I don't understand why they're even having a conversation with Netflix. They're supplying
Yeah.
you with internet.
Right.
They are not supplying Netflix with internet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But they're looking at their stats and
Right.
going, oh, the reason we have to provide so much of whatever to these people is because they are using Netflix so
Correct.
much. Yes.
Correct. So YouTube, Netflix, and then it becomes this whole thing of, well, what if I want to start a Netflix competitor? Well,
Right.
I don't have the billions and billions and billions of dollars that Netflix has. So
So-
now all of a sudden, I can't afford to compete with Netflix. Simply because
Well-
the internet companies are purposefully slowing people down.
And and obviously, like I've been reading a lot about this on various forms, whatever, various places.
Yeah.
And people bring up examples of like what else it would mean. And one of the things that shocked me that I hadn't thought about is like, say a company is owned by a just politically.
Yeah.
Someone, the owner of the company is extremely right winged,
Yeah.
or even extremely left winged.
Yeah.
They can decide to offer you free access to like the websites that they support politically,
Yep. Right.
and slow down access or not provide access unless you pay to websites that they don't support politically.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you
like-
could see
yeah.
streaming on Fox News being slow or fast compared to MSNBC.
Right.
And then that might make you, the consumer, go, oh, it's that choppy bullshit screen on
Right.
MSNBC. I'm going to just go watch Fox
Or
News.
like you don't even
vice
have
versa.
access to it. Like
Yeah.
if this is if net neutrality
That's the problem.
is
if the FCC
done away right now, we have net neutrality, correct?
Because internet
net is neutral.
Right, and it's because
Yeah.
it is considered under this Title II
Yes.
where they cannot restrict access.
So basically, if they lose the
And
Title
they
II,
want to get rid of that. The FCC now
if
wants
they
to
lose
get
the
rid of
Title II
regulation.
regulation, this is what could potentially happen. And
Correct.
in this day and age, I wouldn't be fucking surprised if it does. So we need to
Well,
keep it
Look, I'm a capitalist at heart,
right.
but I also know that businesses do shady fucking shit.
Yeah.
Not all businesses, but some businesses. You know what I mean? Like even my bank, I bank at Wells Fargo, and like
Right.
Wells Fargo got caught doing some
I
fucking
know,
right?
shady shit, and they're very apologetic. That's awesome. Do I think they're never going to do shady shit again? No,
No.
I don't think so. So that's the thing, and so I don't know if when this comes out, it's actually happened or not. A lot of stuff in Washington D.C. is just sort of happening.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I would say
like,
if
I'm like mildly shocked and then not at all shocked.
I know.
That everything
Yeah,
has
no
happened,
kidding.
yet nothing
Yep.
has changed since we've come back
Yeah.
in these 5 weeks that we haven't seen
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, we were.
Right?
There was a lot of stuff. Well, although in the next email,
Oh, okay.
there's some
Oh.
future Alex is very proud of past Alex.
Oh, I know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Let's move on. Let's move.
Okay,
I was going
all
to
right.
ask you
but
about
anyway,
that.
but
So
yes.
anyway,
So,
support net neutrality.
yeah.
End
Call your
statement.
congressman or woman.
That is the official half-hour happy
Yep.
hour stance on net neutrality.
keep
Support
internet
it.
regulated
Yes.
under Title II
They
regulation.
better not
Yeah.
slow down our access to our podcast.
I mean, honestly, they could do
I
that.
will
They
flip
could.
a fucking table.
I will
But honestly,
flip
they could
people's-
go to. I'm trying to think of where we host our podcast. I used to know because I used to do it, but then Nerdist took over. But long story short, they could go to Nerdist and say
Yeah.
all of your podcasts are going to be slow unless you pay us $10 a month.
Right.
That seems innocuous, but it's really not. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like that's the big slippery slope.
If that happens, I'll show up at our listeners' houses and read them the transcripts of our
Oh, there
show.
you go.
First off,
Good
The whole
job, Tom.
transcript.
if we ever do, we actually did that with Dignation.
You did?
What?
Now that I think about it, there's a lot of stuff that like I just sort of forget. So like when I went snooba-ing,
Yeah.
we're on the boat and she's like, "This is your regulator. This is your thing. This is, you put your mask. You do all that stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get all that stuff." And then I went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom I was like, "Oh wait, I have my PADI dive certification."
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I just forgot that I got that because I was like, and then I came back out and I was like, I just remembered I had my PADI dive certification. Like I've done all this shit, and they were like, "You just remembered that
Yeah.
you had your scuba certification?"
They're like, who's this moron?
Yeah. But anyway,
what did you do with Dignation?
Oh
How did
yeah,
that
so
get
we
there?
actually did a competition, a contest where people would write in,
Yeah.
and then we chose someone at random and flew out to their
No,
house
what? That's
and
Wow.
recorded an episode of Dignation in their living
All right,
room.
let's do that.
And right now, I don't know where I went.
Oh my gosh! I
mean,
hope that person,
honestly,
if that person
honestly,
is
I
listening,
literally do not know where
if
I
that
went.
person
I don't
is
know
listening,
what
shut
state.
up, Alex. If that person is listening, you need to email in
us.
right now,
I remember doing it, like being there, and it was
we
super
will
fun.
we will read your email and we will make fun of Alex.
But I could have been in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I could have been in Idaho.
Newfoundland.
I kind of like that
Kansas.
idea for us, you guys. We might have to.
Yeah.
We might have to talk about
Let's do
that. Recording an episode at someone's place.
Usurp it,
I mean,
baby.
we've gotten the breakdown of our equipment into one backpack, so we can certainly travel anywhere with
I'm not
it.
gonna lie to you. It's a heavy bag.
Yeah, we'll help you
Glad
carry
you're
it.
carrying.
Yeah.
You will.
All right,
we
What?
will.
I didn't
Tom
agree to
will.
that.
Look at the size of his arms.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tom
Oh, you
Gore.
noticed.
There he
It
is.
is.
Okay,
All right,
here we go.
next
Ready for
email.
this? All right.
It's all about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin
God.
mining power
That's like-
use is totally insane.
Yeah.
Hey, 4-H crew. I'm Baron.
Hi,
Beren. Baron.
Wait, say again?
Baron.
Baron.
Hi, Bar-
Beren.
Baron.
Hi, Baron.
Baron.
That's awesome. It's cool.
I feel like Baron would be like BARRON
Baron.
or
That's like
BARON.
the title.
Got it. Hi, Allison.
Yes.
There's apparently enough of those crazy Bitcoin machines using up so much electricity that the mining of the Bitcoin mining network is using more power than 19 countries in the EU.
What?
What?
No.
Yeah.
I guess it's worth
Oh
10 grand.
my
At
goodness.
those levels of electricity consumption, each individual Bitcoin transaction uses almost 300 kilowatt hours of electricity, enough to boil around 36,000 kettles full of water.
Wow.
So,
So,
now,
I know
where
things
did
are good.
Where did I
Okay.
left off?
Here's where you left us.
Because it's been a wild
You
month.
had personally bought
Yes.
0.8 of a Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And you had bought the machine, and you and your buddy bought a machine.
Right.
But you hadn't found a place to actually, because you plugged it in your house and it was too noisy. So you're
Right.
finding a place where you could plug it in. Now, I texted you guys about 2 weeks after we recorded that episode because I was in an elevator in New York and I had one of those like video screens that's like daily news.
Yep.
And one of the things I saw was like Bitcoin reaches an all-time high. I think when you bought it, it was at 6,000.
5,300.
Oh, it was at 5,300, and when I saw it, it had hit 6,000 or 6,500 or
Yes.
something like that. And I texted you guys, and I was like, "Bitcoin at all-time high, go Alex!" Okay, so that's where we're
And
at.
now-
Fill us in.
Oh, bro.
Are you
of a
buying
bitch,
Tom
you.
and I dinner?
Are you buying us Teslas? Is the
Buying Tom and I
Well, first off,
Teslas.
many people have asked Elon to up the Tesla Bitcoin connection and allow you to buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. That has not happened yet.
Okay.
I have a feeling that will happen. Okay.
Okay,
So,
so
those boxes,
what boxes?
the miners,
The
that we
miners,
had.
okay.
We had 2.
Oh, that's right. You did have 2. I thought you
Miners,
shared
not
one.
miners.
This is gonna be
You
so
bought
great.
2
We
together.
bought 2.
Yeah.
They are Bitmain is the company that makes them. They're called Ant miners, and they were S7s, which is last generation of miner.
Okay.
The new generation of miner is the S9. It basically
What happened to S8?
S8, they skipped it. They were like, "Pfft, S8's
Do you
stupid."
think they're Apple?
I don't know. Yes,
Okay,
actually. Speaking of which, I got my
Yeah.
my ex. We'll talk about that. Anyway, so much to cover, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the S7 is about a fourth of the power of an S9.
Oh, wow.
Uses the same amount of electricity, same footprint. It's the same box. It looks
But
it looks identical.
Right.
But it's as if you had 4 S7s in one S9.
Right.
Okay.
That's significant.
Significant. Definitely. Most definitely. So I did buy because I was like, after talking to Kevin, I was like, just fuck it, I'll just buy. And I feel like I was purchasing because I wanted to do something else. There's this other side thing, and I'm actually thinking about doing some YouTube videos about it because it's called BitConnect.
Oh.
And Alex on TV again.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
Nice.
Well, because BitConnect. Well, whatever. Next week I'll tell you
Okay.
guys all
yeah,
about BitConnect. This is
don't,
totally
don't
different
hurt
thing.
my brain so much.
Right.
Let's
Don't hurt
stick
your
on
brain.
this. Okay.
So
So.
Bitcoin got to 7,000,
Nice.
and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a little more. I was like, I'm gonna buy just a little
Are
more.
you kidding?
So I had in total
What?
1.59 Bitcoin.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
You had. You just said I had.
Well, and this you'll see
Yeah.
why.
He's giving us hints, Tom.
Right now,
Yeah?
as of time of this recording,
Yeah.
Bitcoin is at 11,000.
What?
You didn't hear that? Yeah, that
No!
was like yesterday. That was
Yeah.
all over the news.
Why did it jump like that?
Because it's awesome, and it's like a Mexican
Wow.
jumping bean. It just jumps.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So. Okay. What?
So
I can't tell if that smile
My
you're giving
buddy
me
and
is
I-
good news or
yeah,
bad.
so my
I know
buddy and I-
it's the same face when he's telling you something
Yeah.
good or something bad. You're
So,
right.
this guy who listened to the podcast with Kevin and I when we were talking about Bitcoin
Right.
reached out to me and he was like, "Oh my god, I've been doing Bitcoin since 2011. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting into this. I'm building a mining facility. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I feel like you know people like you in the tech space being pro Bitcoin helps all of us pro Bitcoiners,
Right.
And I was like, I'm interested. Like, let's talk.
Right.
So he emails me and says, look, because you can't go and buy these S9s from Bitmain.
Okay.
The miners. You can't buy them. They're all sold out.
Oh, I see.
The reason we got our S7s, the miners, was because we found somebody in Craigslist who was
Who's
selling two.
them. Right. Yeah.
And so we bought the two.
Right.
Well, my buddy Jordan, who I'm now sort of in the mining business with, he emailed me one night late, and I was drinking.
Oh, what?
And he said,
Shocking.
shocker. And he goes, hey, a new batch of Bitmain miners, Ant miners, just came up on the Bitmain site. And I was like, that's cool. I don't have the capability of ordering from Bitmain. You have to use Bcash. It's like this whole other thing. It's a long
What's
story.
Bcash?
Bcash was a fork of Bitcoin. It's called Bitcoin Cash, and everybody calls
Oh
it
my
Bcash
gosh.
now. Anyway,
Okay.
it's not the point.
So the layman can't go on and just buy one of these.
Yeah, you can't just
You have to-
send them a credit card
Right.
information or PayPal or anything like that. You actually have to buy Bitcoin, convert it to Bcash, buy the machines in Bcash, and you have to wait for them to make the machines and ship them to you. It's a whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So I
Okay.
go, all right, cool. So then I was like, let me check on Craigslist, and we find a guy.
Oh.
Oh dear.
We find a guy in Rancho Cucamonga,
Okay.
which is about an hour and 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
And he has 25 S9s.
What?
Running
Why?
at once?
No, that he's selling.
He's selling. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Why does he have 25 of them?
So he was starting a mine in Washington State, which is the cheapest electricity that you can find. Although we now are in Carson
Gosh, I
City.
wouldn't even
I know,
think
I
about
know,
that.
I know.
No, that's the thing is you got the electricity
takes
and
so
the
much
cool-
electricity, yeah.
Right. So he was building out his mining facility. He bought all this stuff. He bought 80 machines from Bitmain. The mining facility didn't pass electrical inspection.
Oh.
And so he was like, it's going to be another month to 2 months before I can actually start mining. I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of mining equipment sitting in
Right.
my garage. Fuck it, I'll just liquidate it and I'll just buy more when I'm ready to go mine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he's got 25 of these machines. So I talked to my buddy and I was like, so I found that. This is what I did. Drunk. I email him the link to the thing and I go, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I go to bed, right?
Right.
And I wake up, I've got like 5 emails from my buddy that was
Oh
like,
my gosh, where are
the
you?
first email was, well, this is interesting. And then the next email, like an hour later, was, I can't stop thinking about this thing. And then the next morning at like 7 a.m., he was like, I couldn't sleep. I've been thinking about this. I feel like I'm going to call the guy. And so I wake up and he's like, I've already talked to him.
Okay.
He has 25 of these things.
Oh my God.
He's willing to sell them all 25 to us.
What?
Why did you
what?
call me?
Why are you buying 25 of these,
I want
Alex?
in on this.
This sounds like lunacy.
I love
So,
it.
me and my 2 buddies pile into my Tesla,
Oh my gosh.
drive to Rancho Cucamonga, buy 25
Are
of
you
these
kidding?
Bitcoin mining
How?
machines with money.
Where do you how do you Okay, good.
Well, it was like 2 cashier's checks and a wire transfer. Because like I
Not
bought
sketchy at all.
5, my buddy bought 10, and my other buddy bought 10. So we like
How did you bring them all back? How did you fit-
Bucephalus was
How big
full.
are these things?
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah.
it almost didn't fit. I think we had one on my buddy's lap. I mean, it was a whole thing. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
we send them to my buddy Jordan, who is
Oh.
now who the guy who emailed us was like, I have this facility. So I'm emailing
Right.
back and forth. Before we bought it, I emailed and I was like, what's the deal? And he was like, well, my machines aren't coming in, but I'm ready to start doing this. And I was like, hey, this is crazy.
Right.
Can we send you 25 of these? And he was
Right.
like, yeah, all right, cool. So,
right.
and I didn't know this guy from a hot. I mean, there's a lot of, we'll see.
Well, see, you
Yeah, yeah.
keep calling him your buddy Jordan.
Well, he is now because we've been
Yeah.
mining together for
All right.
however many weeks. Anyway, long story short,
3 at the most.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Long story short, wrap up all these miners, ship them to Jordan. Jordan sets them all up.
Right.
2 Thursdays ago, they come online.
Okay. Oh my
So
God. This
I've
sounds
been-
like fucking
I've
Terminator
been
type
mining
shit.
Bitcoin
For about
for
2 weeks.
2
now.
weeks.
Okay.
And
It's great.
how much have you bought?
So
Yeah, I'm like
I have
that
4
doesn't seem like the climactic ending.
I have
wanted.
4 boxes, and
I thought you had 5.
Well, so that was the way we figured out with Jordan to set it all up. Was we were like, look, we're going to send you 25. You take 7 and mine them for yourself. That's because he has to pay for the electricity. So we're
I
like,
see. So you're not
that
actually
is your-
paying him. You're like that's
It's just
part
the
of
easiest way to do it. Is just
Got
like
it.
take some boxes. So he has one of my boxes running for him as a fee.
Yeah.
So I have 4 running.
Got it. Got it.
We are expanding. So essentially, right now, I wake up in the morning and look, and it's like I have maybe like $125 a day of
Right.
Bitcoin at the current rate.
Yeah.
So as Bitcoin goes up,
Yeah.
not only is my little Bitcoin that I have going up,
Right.
but every day when I
You're
see
mining more
the
little
mine
chunks of
coming
it.
through, yeah. So it's become a whole big thing.
That's amazing.
I am a huge proponent. We are in the
Obvious.
I
process.
feel a little bit like we are witnessing Alex like
Becoming a multi-billionaire?
no, like kind of joining a cult.
Oh.
It is the cult of the coin.
Like this is
bit
like
cult.
he went and got his Dianetics tested or whatever the fuck Scientology is, and we're sitting here being like,
E-meters.
yeah, okay, cool, and then like later down the line, it's gonna be like, oh no, what happened to our friend Alex?
Yeah.
No, it's
Totally.
a pyramid
We
scheme. He's going to
lost
get us
him.
to buy these Bitcoin machines,
Jesus.
right? Is that
No,
what it is? You
no.
pass them off to us?
No,
Yeah.
not at
I'll buy
all.
'em.
So what did
So
you
here's-
do with
yeah.
the 2 S7s?
I sold my S7 on eBay
Oh.
because I was like, I don't want to, like, why ship it up
Yeah.
to the mine? Like, it's just a waste. And then my buddy still has his going in his office.
Got it.
So it's just going
Got
every
it.
day. Because
So
it's like,
cool.
for him, he's like, well, I might as well just keep it going because it's not as good, but it goes.
Yeah.
But we are potentially going to expand. The thing that I found really interesting was we actually had a conversation with the tax attorney because we were like, okay.
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
really?
at the end of the day,
Wow.
it's like this
Oh
is
yeah, you're earning money. So how do you
theoretically,
Yeah.
but it's not really money because yes, I could technically use that Bitcoin on like Overstock.com.
It's an asset, I guess.
It is. And so we have talked to him and we were like, what's the deal? There's some guidelines. The IRS is starting to get interested in this. By the way, over Thanksgiving, Coinbase, which is a company that allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin, it's sort of, they're trying to become a sort of entryway. So
Right.
if I was saying anything to a friend or family that was like, I'm interested in Bitcoin, I would say, take 1% of your savings or holdings or whatever you're interested in investing and open a Coinbase account and buy Bitcoin using Coinbase.
Got it.
Over Thanksgiving, they added over 100,000 users.
Oh, wow.
And it was clearly because
of that jump.
people like me went to their family.
Yeah.
What are you up to? Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Should I get into Bitcoin? I think you should. And then they start an account. Right now, Coinbase has more accounts than Charles Schwab.
Really?
What?
Yeah. It's
Oh my
guys, it
goodness.
is going to be bonkers. So I'll end with my crazy
Okay.
philosophy,
Okay.
which is my plan is to increase my mining capacity a little bit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'd probably land at like 16 miners, full stop. You know what I mean? And then my goal is to mine and hold Bitcoin until I have $10 million worth of Bitcoin.
Wow.
And then I'll sell Bitcoin. I'll sell $5 million. I'll pay the taxes on the gross income because that's how it will be classified. Essentially, it's as if we're mining gold. Like they don't tax you when you take an ounce of gold out of
And
the
then
ground.
you take
they tax
Tom
you
and
when
I
you
out
change it.
to a really
Totally.
nice dinner.
No,
Here's-
to the nice Tesla dealer.
Yeah, here's why this crazy stupid idea
Yeah.
isn't so crazy or stupid. If
sure.
I had this
Convert
idea,
us, Alex.
if I had this idea,
Yeah.
either of the two times I got excited about Bitcoin,
You'd be
Yeah.
rich by now, right?
I would be hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
Because when it first came out, it was like cents to buy. Like just a few cents to buy. a
my
Bitcoin.
buddy was like he had $4,000 like in 2012, and he was like, "What should I do?" He was like, "I was either going to buy a Unity license, which is like a license to make and sell video games, because he wanted to make and sell video games." But he was like, "I don't know, am I really going to do that?" Or he was going to buy 16,000 Bitcoin.
Oh, with $4,000.
Yeah, and I was on the phone with him when he told me this a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I did the math, and I was like, that would be worth $167 million.
Yeah. And is he kicking himself now?
Well, no, because and this is where my idea came.
Yeah.
Because he was like, "Oh man," and I was like, "Look, we both know you would never have made it to $160 million.
Yeah.
You would
Cashed out.
You would have gone, oh my god, $10,000,
Yeah.
and I put in $4. I'm out.
Right.
Fuck you, suckers.
Right.
And then you'd be here going, I should have kept it in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Kevin, that happened to Kevin. Like somebody gave him 1,000 Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
Because he was initially interested and was like, "What's this Bitcoin thing?" And somebody
Yeah.
was like, "Well, I'll give you 1,000 because it wasn't worth that much."
Right.
And then it jumped to like, I think it was like that's when it went to $120 a coin. He was like, "Oh my god, I have like $12,000. This guy just gave me," and so he sold it.
Oh, wow.
Had he held it, you know what I mean? So
goodness.
that
Oh my
is why today, $10 million worth of Bitcoin. That's a fucking stupid idea.
Right.
It was a stupid idea when it was $125 and I wanted to
Yeah.
do it. It was a stupid idea when it was $1,250 and I wanted to do it. And yes, it is still a stupid idea right now. But I am sticking to that stupid
Okay,
idea.
all right,
Because
all
if I
right.
don't, if I had just stuck to the stupid idea, so much of the monies.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex.
So I don't know. So there's this whole other thing, BitConnect, which I'm gonna do some videos
We have to
on 'cause
save
it's a
that
whole
for
thing.
another
Yeah,
episode.
That'll be next week. But anyway, it's been crazy.
Wow.
awesome. Dude.
It's been crazy.
Way to go, Alex.
Thank you.
Sounds cool.
I mean, it's just I really do feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg because on December 10th,
Yeah.
Bitcoin futures will start trading on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
What?
Yeah, and then in January of 2018, the Nasdaq is going to open
Really?
up trading.
Oh
with
my
Bitcoin.
gosh.
Keep me posted.
I'm telling you right now. Honestly, I have this conversation with so many people. I'm like, just go and buy a
Like,
little bit
if
of
you
Bitcoin.
have the-
Oh,
if you
by the
have
way,
anything-
how fun
yeah.
is this? Because I know my nieces are not going to listen to this.
Oh.
I bought for Christmas. I'm giving my
No way.
nieces that are basically three, 2 and a some, and
Jeez.
1.
Yeah.
I'm buying them hardware wallets, which allow you to have Bitcoin in a physical hardware
Oh.
thing. It looks like a USB drive plus.
Yeah, okay.
But it shows how much Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I bought them each Bitcoin.
That's nice.
Aw.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's like
It's like a war bond. in a way,
$120.
like the old school war.
Hey.
bond.
I'm giving it to them for Christmas
That's amazing.
as if their grandparents have given them a savings
That's cool.
bond.
Yeah.
We all know that when you had that savings bond and then it was like time to cash it in, you buy a shitty car.
Right.
So I am giving it to them
Dude, that's
this
amazing.
Christmas and
Listen,
saying,
you owe Tom and I
forget it.
Christmas gifts.
That's true.
"Oh, it's true."
On Drunksmas, you almost forgot last year,
true.
so
Oh, maybe I'll give
You
you
both
guys,
forgot
maybe I'll
last
give
year.
you guys
actually.
Bitcoin.
we all forgot, but I at least
I did
remembered.
not forget.
I at least remembered prior to
into my
recording
gifts.
and walked down the street to CVS.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, maybe
Yeah.
maybe some Bitcoin for
Yeah,
Drunksmas.
there we go, man. All right, well, this has been an informative episode. So pro net neutrality,
Yeah.
look into Bitcoin,
Boom. Don't look into it. Just buy some.
just buy it.
Look, I'm not a financial advisor.
Right.
Just buy
But
some
I'm advising
Bitcoin.
you on this financial.
Well, because I swear to God, dude, I had this conversation with a buddy of mine when it was 7,200, and I was
Right.
like, "Just buy some, dude. Just buy some."
Yeah. I can't believe it
What
jumped
I
that
alwa-
much in like
what
a
I
couple
always
weeks.
tell people is, if you don't care about Bitcoin, you don't want to get educated on Bitcoin, I go open up a Coinbase account, buy some Bitcoin, forget you own it for 3 years.
Right.
Just forget.
and then see what happens.
And while you're walking down the street in 6 months, if somebody was like, "Oh fuck, did you see what happened with Bitcoin? It's like a fucking 100,000."
Am I talking to Kermit the Frog?
That fucking
I love this voice.
Yeah, and then you can just sort it to yourself, be like, "Yeah, I got some of that.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
see what
Yeah,
happens."
there you
Yeah.
go.
Anyway,
All right. Well, hey everyone. Thanks for listening. It's nice. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
it
good
is
to be back.
fun.
If you would like to email us, you can email us at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. Again, we have Drunksmas coming up, so we need your email.
Yeah, send them in.
December 17th.
Send them in.
You can
And
also-
by the way, put Drunksmas in either the subject or in the email.
Make it easy.
Something to make us, because we're not smart.
No.
Like, we're not.
We're gonna do a light,
We got other
a
things.
light search.
Follow us on Twitter, halfhourhappyhr. You please subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play or whatever you listen to us on. And that is it for this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Allison Aislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Sitting in with us, as always, the lovely and talented Tom Super Volcano Krajewski.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Have fun, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.